Tax big, waste big. Hello again, everyone. And I know I've been a little quiet lately on the social media front. But that's because I've been busy writing my book, which I am excited to tell you is now done. It's called It Starts With a Dream. And I'll be launching it on February 17th. But more on that later. First, I want to talk to you about the one thing that is plaguing us all. Cost of living. And how the government is taking Singapore into a bad, dangerous place. I'm not exaggerating or engaging in hyperbole when I say this. Like what I've done in my past videos, I'm going to rely on facts and I will use reason, not rhetoric, but reason to show you what I mean. Now, the high cost of living in an already expensive city, in fact, the most expensive city in the world, according to the Economist Intelligence Unit, is making life very painful for all of us. I don't have to tell you this. You know it, you feel it, you're living through it. A bottle of milk, for example, used to be about $6.10, $6.15. Now it's gone up to $6.90. Now the PAP will say that this is because we import most of what we use and eat, and the inflation is due to a host of external factors beyond its control. And if that's the case, then what about haircuts? A haircut in one of these express cut places was $10. It's gone up to $14, an increase of 40%. No, the truth is that much of the inflation is caused by the PAP raising prices and taxes. Our financial difficulties are much more painful because of this government. Make no mistake about it. If you can't say one thing about the PAP, it's this. Tax big, waste big. And here's what I mean. The government will increase water rates by 18% on 1st April later this year, and then again on 1st April next year. It increased public transport fares, if you remember, by 7% in December last year. It jacked up postage charges by 65% in October 2023. Electricity and gas continued to climb for the most of last year. But the most painful of these increases is, of course, the GST hike, which is now 9%. Remember, the GST hike is added to all the price increases I just mentioned. Why does the PAP need to increase the GST when the cost of living is already so high? Why pile on the misery for people when you're already increasing prices for everything else? Well, the answer is not complicated. PM Lee Hsien Loong himself told us why. He said, what will make you need to increase GST? Profligate spending and irresponsible, unsustainable plans. That is what will hurt and require you to raise taxes and GST. By the way, profligate means not just wasteful, but recklessly, extravagantly wasteful. In Hokkien, we say, 亂煮來. Now I'm going to show you some headlines from our newspapers over the last 10 years to demonstrate what I mean by the government being profligate. 2023, Auditor General flags lapses in government agencies. 2022, police reports lodged after bid irregularities found. 2021, AGO report flags $5.4 million wasted by the Health Promotion Board. 2020, poor oversight among litany of issues flagged by Auditor General's report. 2019, Auditor General highlights weak IT controls lapses. 2018, lapses. 2017, lapses. 2016, more lapses. 2015, even more lapses. And 2014, lapses, and on and on and on. Here's one good example of this wastage. The LTA ripped up perfectly usable bus stops like this one. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. Dug up everything, removed the bollards, tore everything down. And for what? Just to create a barrier-free version. I have no idea what it means by barrier-free. LTA explained that it wanted to install plants on the roof to reduce heat. Let me ask you, how many of you go to the bus stops to enjoy the coolness? And how long do you remain at a bus stop so that it justifies the millions of dollars spent to rebuild them? Then there are the walkways that lead to nowhere. Amphitheaters that no one uses, useless structures that no one knows what they're for, and million-dollar rubbish centers that add absolutely no value. Now, many of you must have seen these digital display monitors in your lift lobbies. They are expensive. I know, because I considered using them in Orange and Teal. But I was warned that these monitors break down easily, and they're expensive to repair and maintain. And sure enough, A short while after they were installed, the monitors broke down and had to be repaired. They were subsequently taken down and after several months replaced with another model. Not only have they replaced them, they've added to the number. And now we don't have just 1, 2, but 3 of these digital panels in one small lit lobby. And why are there 2 of these panels facing each other, one on each wall? Now imagine the sheer number of these monitors for hundreds of thousands of lift lobbies across the island. How much money was wasted? The latest incident is a Simply Go debacle, where $40 million was wasted just to switch back from the new MRT ticketing system back to the original one. Now, do you believe me when I say waste big, tax big? They waste, we pay. In the meantime, the ministers continue collecting their big fat salaries and go and rent huge bungalows and live a life of luxury. But the PAP says that it is giving out all the rebates and vouchers to help people cope with the GST increase. Now, does it make sense to raise the GST and then issue rebates and vouchers? It's like the arsonist setting fire to your house, and then when the place is ablaze, it comes running along with a cup of water and offers to help you put it out. These financial packages are not cheap to administer. How many man-hours are needed to issue the vouchers? What are the bank charges for these transactions? How much paper is used to send notices to hundreds of thousands of households? And would it make more sense to simply not increase the GST in the first place? But of course, giving out the assistance packages is good for the PAP. It allows the party to wayang and show how compassionate it is, especially when elections are not far away. If the government is genuine about helping Singaporeans, it should address the underlying causes of the high cost of living in the country rather than dish out subsidies and handouts. Do I need to remind you that the assistance packages are temporary while cost increases are permanent? After it coaxes you to swallow the pill, you're the one that has to deal with the poison in your body. I talk about all this in my new book, It Starts With a Dream. And more importantly, I talk about what we can do to stop this nonsense. I talk about how the PAP is jeopardizing our future and the urgent need for reform. I'm launching it on 17th February, Saturday at 3 p.m. at Orange and Tea, Rochester Mall. Come by and get a copy. Now, I don't want to criticize the PAP and just shouting, Zhenghu Bo Ho, pay and pay, bloodsuckers, and spew all sorts of names. No, I don't want to do that. I want to give you facts straight up so that you can see the problem for yourself. The problems did not start yesterday, my friends. They've been going on for years. The difference now is that they've just become a whole lot worse. The chicken has come home to roost. In my next video, I will show you how and why the PAP is impotent in delivering a brighter future, a better life for Singaporeans. Yes, impotent. I don't use the word lightly. As I said, I'll use facts and I'll reason with you. Watch for it. In the meantime, make a reservation for 17th February, and I look forward to seeing you. Until then, I'm Chee Soon Juan, signing out.